then when you get some time between now and whatever, just shoot me a text. Say, Sean, I got a sec. Pick it up from there. Is that our show thing?
All right, y'all are live now.
Oh, we are live,
Wow.
ladies
Wow.
and gentlemen. We are
Just gotta
live
put it on the shot when you
and in the studio.
How come
It
my-
is Let's Talk
Maria, did you
About
tag
It
me in the Facebook Live
on
thing?
BKS1 Radio.
You got one job to do.
Oh God, no.
You
Jeez.
found
You
it?
should.
A link?
No,
Can you tag me in the Facebook Live thing?
I'm looking for it myself.
Hold on.
She tagged us. It says she tagged. So I'm trying to go to it. It's right here.
Oh yeah, this is after this.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
you tag. So,
All right.
Check your notifications. Yeah, check your notifications. We live, man. We got three in the box.
yeah, so
There it is.
on that.
Okay. All right. We got 1 minute. I got that, John.
We got the double
Yeah,
joint.
Mike's live.
The sixth man that moved up to the starting squad. He
Stole your
tells me,
seat.
Yeah.
"Right,
Stole your seat, Jack.
It's all fun and games, right? All right. Listen to 7 o'clock. We're about to go live. Y'all
Let's
ready?
get it.
All right. All right, everybody,
Hey.
welcome. Let's get some hand claps. Let's make it clap. All right. Open it. Listen, I'm black.
That sounded a little low.
No, I
Said, oh no.
I'm Black Ops.
I'm Missy.
Hey, this is Wonder.
And this is the six man Dean Geronimo. Give us a call. Let's talk about it. 646-233-1302.
All right. Did you go back to the 6 man?
Thank you.
Yeah, for this week, man. Might pick something else next week, but for right now, it's the 6 man.
All right, I got you. Listen, we want to welcome everyone who tunes into each one of our shows here on Let's Talk About It. From my chat room to Instagram Live to Around the World podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We got a lot to talk about here today. But before we do that, I gotta say we got a full squad today.
Yeah.
Yes,
going on with
yeah.
that?
Yeah. It's been
What's
a
up
minute.
with that?
Clap that up.
Clap that
It's been a minute.
We're back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess my question is, I would say Miss E, where you been? But I'm the one that hasn't been.
Where you been?
I know.
Where you
I know.
been?
They got me working. Well, what's going on, Miss E? How's life treating you? Listen, you get more and more famous. You keep popping up on my timeline and everything. I'm like, damn, I remember Miss E
Oh,
when.
I know.
Can I
Thank
borrow
you.
some money?
Thank you.
Right?
No,
See how that
no,
go?
no.
No. But how you been? Everything good?
I've been good. I've been, always busy at work and stuff.
Alright.
So, but yeah, everything is good. Life is good right now. Yep.
What? So I gotta ask, because inquiring minds want to know. You got your fans out there and all that. What was the whole hard hat thing? You was doing work?
Yeah. So I had an appointment yesterday to have an opportunity to, stage an apartment building. It's a new apartments one. They're going up on Broad Street and right across from City Hall, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
yeah.
80 units, and so
You have to
they're
do
in,
all 80 units?
No, so I'm doing
Oh.
the model.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
doing
right.
the
I got you.
model
I got
so
you.
that when people come in, that's the space that they look at.
Right.
Makes them excited about wanting to
Right.
buy, and hopefully say, hey, this looks great. Who did this? That kind of thing. And
Right.
it's a lot of just put you out there and. It puts a lot of eyes on you, So I'm happy about that. I mean, there's 80 units, but there's who knows how many people are going to come in and see, the space. So
Right.
I'm excited about it.
My question is, what's happening down in Philly right now, of course, they're moving folks out, fixing them and raising the rent up. So that there's a certain phase. It's been all over the news down there. Shout out to Rick Williams, by the way, ABC. He's one of my dojo mates. But is that what's happening here?
Well, no, from what I've read, and I'm not like the expert on this, but from what I've read about this particular development, there is a certain amount of the units are going to be affordable housing, and
Okay.
then there's a certain amount
Is that Queen Latifah's
that
project
is going
or
to
no?
be. I don't know if it's Queen Latifah's project or not.
Okay.
No one said it was. I saw some names up there. I don't want to put them out there
Right, I
yet, just
understand.
yet.
Yep,
But
I understand.
her name was not one of them.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that she's not
not
behind the
behind it. Right,
scenes,
right,
right? There are a certain amount of those units that are going to be, affordable housing, and then there's a certain amount that's going to be, market rate.
Right.
So. I think that's, I think that's fair. I think market rate
At
is
the end of
fair.
the day, it's a business.
And yeah, it is a business, and you want to attract, this space looks like, I'll be honest with you, this space to me looks like single professional. The 2-bedroom that I'm doing, the second bedroom is. It's kind of small for a kid. We were talking about it, and I was like, "Is this going to be an office?" And someone I was with, they were like, "Well, this is going to be a bedroom," and I'm like, "I don't think this is going to be big enough for a bedroom." So, and considering to me the location of it, it looks like single young professional, single professional. You're right in a commuter hub right there. And you're in the heart of Newark. I mean, if I don't know. I don't know if I would make a decision if I had children to move there.
Right.
That wouldn't exactly be the place that I would be looking to move, because there's no backyard. There's that kind of thing. So you're right on Broad Street. So I don't know if I had little kids, if that would be where I would be looking to move.
Broad Street, man.
Yeah.
I got some stories.
And it's not, and I'm not down in Broad Street. I'm just saying it's a pretty busy place. No. Like there's no, it's not like it's I didn't
always
see a
been
park.
busy.
Yeah, to me it's single professional. You're trying to enjoy the restaurants. You're moving in and out. You're commuting. Maybe you're commuting to the city. You're commuting to Jersey City. That's kind of like what I see.
Listen, and when it comes to that construction thing, it's ironic. I had my floors redone, right? And the guy was like, I'll be there at like 7:45, 8 o'clock, right? So I'm thinking, man, this is going to take, forever in the day or whatever. Let me tell you, them dudes was in and out of there. Carpets up. I was like, man, construction has changed.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely.
And if it was up to me, I'd still be there like, damn, where the hell is this going? But I don't know.
I know. It's funny how, like, it's... we talk about this kind of stuff, all the time, like when you're trying to put value into the things that you do. And I know certainly as a designer, I always bring something to the table that you don't have, and I understand that, you might like to do this and you might do this in your spare time, but this is not a hobby for me. This is my job. People pay me. People pay me to do this because I'm a professional. It's just like when I go get my hair cut, I don't tell the barber or my hairdresser how to cut my hair, because I can't cut my hair. Like I'll mess it up. And you don't want me cutting anybody else's hair, right? So or like your mechanic or your like nobody tells well, I guess some people can tell the mechanic, but it's like you pay them for their service and their what they bring to the table. But I always use the hairdresser, because most women like I can't cut my hair is short. I need a tight cut.
But you keep it on fleek though. I see you.
I know. I'm saying I couldn't do this, and I wouldn't let just anybody cut my hair.
So what I do? I'm gonna tell you.
I rely on the professionals.
I'm gonna tell you what I do, Miss E.
Tell them what you do, bro.
I'm gonna tell Miss E what I do. The day of the show, right? I always say she ain't got to outshine me, right? So I grab my razor and I shave it, right? Put a little cocoa butter on it. I'll be like, let's go, Miss E.
Right. So there's professionals. It's the same thing like when you're like the guys that set up the furniture, the guys that do the delivery. It's like, you can't do this.
Sure.
This isn't Cousin Ray bringing your dresser up, from the roof, the roof of his car. These guys will have this stuff in there set up. Your walls won't be nicked, and they'll be in and out of there in an hour with a whole house of furniture. I'm
gonna be honest with you, at an early age, right? My dad was always this dude. He'd be like, all right, we're gonna go outside Saturday morning. We're gonna work on this van. And so it would be me and my brothers out there, right? And my face would be long and tight. Long and
But you said not going to be
tight.
able to do it.
And I would look at my dad, my brothers, and they be in their bliss. Like, oh, hand me a 7 3/4. They, there you go, Dad. Right? This is my face like this. I'm going to be a check guy.
Yeah, right.
I'm writing checks.
Right.
I'm not turning any wrenches. I'm not mowing any lawns.
Right.
As a teenager, I might have hustled a thing or two, but that was necessity. But outside of that,
Right.
no manual labor.
Right,
You said not for
That's
me.
No
not for
blue
you.
collar,
That's
nah.
not for you. Right.
Right. Somebody's feelings be hurt, you know. They'd be like, "Can you put together my hutch?" I'd be like, "No,
No.
not gonna happen. Not your guy." So, but anyway, it's good to see you doing your thing. And when
thank
you
you.
pop up on LinkedIn, like it does my heart well. Like I always say, I'm no hater, especially at this age, because I ain't getting no younger. And you got a lot of time in your grind, and it shows. So, you know, if I ever get rich enough to be able to afford you, then I'll say, "Hey,
We say,
Miss
we'll
E,
be giving
come
you a
hook it up."
call.
She'd be like, "Sean, that's $10,000." What?
That's what I'm gonna be
We do
like,
the
too.
show together, right? We do the show
He said
together.
that's the good brother discount right there.
And she's like, "Here's your receipt." So, but no, always a pleasure, Miss E.
Thank you.
Wanda, what's good, man?
What's good, man?
It's been a long time, but oh, look, I gotta show you. I'm trying to keep up. See the bracelet?
Okay, I see.
I'm
Yeah, I
trying.
saw
I'm
that. I
trying.
saw that.
I'm
That's
trying.
nice, man.
Right.
It is
Listen,
nice.
That's
we only
nice.
been doing this show for like ever, right?
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And you supposed to hook me up with the dashiki.
Yeah.
Remember
We never
that?
let go.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
listen. I'm just saying that I'm not gonna
Putting the pressure on you,
excuses
bro.
out there,
Putting the
right?
pressure on
I
you
know,
right
I
there.
And then one day hit you with like a fly outfit. He'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Hey, where you get those sneakers from?" He's like, "Oh, I had them." Right. Then it was the bracelets. Remember? And I was like, "You gonna hook me up?" Wonder. He's like, "I got you." You never had me, Wonder.
We gotta link up, and then we gotta go. We gotta go to the spot.
We've been linking forever. Listen,
know.
now when
5
it comes to
years,
public, right? It comes to public service and community service. We
There we
right
go.
there, right?
There we go.
We
Yeah.
gotta get downtown and Shots Broad Street. That's where we going, right?
No.
I'm just joking with you, man. He was like, "Nah." All right. But one of my cousins went down and bought some sneakers, got robbed. Right.
Yeah,
This was a
why
while
I
ago.
I don't do downtown Newark.
Listen.
Not because of that. I just
Right.
don't. You know.
I bought a Quarterville in Newark one time. This is a long time ago, right? Like they said, God don't like ugly, so it cost me a couple $100 back then. It didn't kill me or whatever. So I went right from Newark with my Quarterville. This is post sheepskin, so you know where we at, right? Post sheepskin.
Yep.
I was like, I got my Quarterville. Like I'm gonna go on the block. I'm the hottest thing. Everybody gonna see this, right? Listen,
I know this story.
right.
Right.
Listen,
Yeah.
I go to the house, drop the stuff off, get the coat. It's time. So what they call it's time for me to be wet, flashy.
Yeah.
I get right to John Street. Dude comes right from between the house with a double barrel shotgun.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I followed
Let
you
me
over."
get that right there.
I was like, we was talking. He was like, "Let me get that." I was like, "Damn."
Damn, we gotta come about this
A
month,
double
right?
barrel shotgun for
Yeah.
a coat.
Yeah, it came through
Wow.
the graveyard, but that was
Wow.
that was
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that was deep.
I forgot you from the East End.
That was deep. No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, that was deep
Wow.
for a coat.
Look at the super
You
producer
needed a
laughing.
double barrel
Yeah.
shotgun for a coat.
Yeah,
Oh,
back
no.
then, yeah. That
Wow,
running
that's
stories
pretty
was
sad.
for real.
You
You
must-
know,
yeah.
I was no poster child, so I'm just gonna call
No,
that
I'm
karma.
just saying, yeah, that was deep. That was deep,
All right.
bro.
When we used to go out to certain places and we couldn't afford sneakers, we would have asked which size are those, and then they would end up.
don't let
Oh,
it be
wow,
heard.
wow,
The-
wow,
your
wow.
size.
All right,
Wow.
Debo moves. Everybody got those stories, right? Right. Anyway, so Wonder, getting back to you.
Yeah, man.
Right?
I'm here,
I don't
brother.
have those stories.
Right.
I'm here.
Of course, white people ain't got them stories. Oh,
Oh, whoa.
no, I just miss you, Miss E. I grew up in the hustle, like.
Don't.
Because the moment I put a halo over my head and be like, "Oh, it was cookies
I'm
and creams
not-
back in
I'm
the
not- I'm not
people
putting
gonna
a
call in here and be
halo over
like,
my
"True, who
head.
you lying to?"
I'm not
I
putting
know
a
you,
halo.
yo. Word is
I'm
bond.
just saying, I just-
Right.
that's not my story, but
Right.
I'm listen.
All right. Somebody just asked me about the math today. I had to add on, yo.
did?
I'm just saying, right? Keeping it 100.
That's right.
But I got my bracelet, and I'm happy.
Looks
That's
nice,
one.
man.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought, you know, them little things that come on like Instagram and Facebook, the little advertising things.
Yep.
I was like, that looks nice. You know
Oh,
what I
that's
mean?
where you got it.
That's what I got
Alright.
that from. Purple and gold for the Q's, root to the bras with that. But
Root.
Rue. But anyway, always a pleasure.
Good to see you,
When the
brother.
beard's looking good, I see the wisdom coming in. You know, doing her mind going down
Yeah,
that.
man, I gotta
Everybody
let
know
it-
anything about
let
that?
It, let it do its thing, man.
Yeah.
Let it
Let
breathe,
it
baby.
do its thing,
Right.
man.
The beard
Listen,
does look good. Did you trim it up a little bit, or
You know what? As a matter of
Because
fact,
it does look
I
a little
did well
more.
a couple of days ago, and I went to a sister, young sister, and I was a little afraid, a little hesitant, and she leaned me back in the chair and then put
The
on
professional, like she's
little
saying,
face
right,
mask.
Exactly, the professional.
Took out the
right.
razor and I was watching it. I had my eyes closed, but I was looking at it. And
She's ready to whip out on
Yeah,
her.
she did a good job. Yeah,
and that was a couple of days ago. So.
Yeah,
No,
but
it
I'm
looks
saying
good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
did a good
Thank
job.
you. Yeah.
You know, the viewing audience left my right. Like, and we talked about your hair and we talked about your beard. Why ain't nobody talk about my bald head? I said I work on that. Can I get some love?
Hey, me too,
Talked
brother.
about your bracelet, bro. That's
Okay, I'm just checking. All right. Anyway,
Let's
no, it
talk
looks
about
good.
your
One I got to.
Wow.
What? The six man.
Maybe because there wasn't nothing to talk about.
True statement. True statement. So, what's going on, six man Dean Geronimo?
You know what? You know it, and you know it. I'm hanging on like an old loose tooth. What's up?
Notice something.
What did you just
What?
notice, Miss
Hey,
E?
just notice it.
You are in the land of the bald heads.
All right.
Surrounded.
All right.
Listen, when the roofs
The
took
milk
off,
duds.
man, I had to let it go. I had to Teddy Pendergrass that thing.
Yeah.
Had to let it go.
I saw that though. That's the funny thing. Like I watched all that.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Hey,
His was gradual
he
though. Mine
watched
was
it
just
go.
like gone.
He
Like,
let it go. Now I got the Stevie Wonder joint. I can't grow afro around the side, man. That's not
Nah,
good.
Nah, don't do
Don't
that.
do that.
Because then the phone lines are gonna blow up. Like, bro, why don't you just let it go?
Listen, I love Stevie Wonder, but his brain line stopped.
Bro, no, that joint starts like right here, bro. It's like half a brush. Doop, I'm done.
Ribbon in the sky.
No, but everybody's, it look nice. I think it look better to have a baldy than,
Yeah.
Yeah.
look-
Nah,
it
you
look
gotta
old,
cut it.
yeah, it
Once
just
you
look
start
real old.
combing over three
But
strands
then-
from one side of your head to the
but
other.
Right.
Michael Jordan made
Please
that.
let it go.
Michael
Yeah.
Jordan made that look good. You know,
He did.
he
Right.
made that
He
look
did.
good. Yeah.
He did.
Yo,
You
let
were
me-
out there.
I don't know. I got to big up Newark though. Before Michael Jordan, the Newark Baldy was out.
That's
Real
true.
talk.
Okay.
So
But
big
you
up
had-
to
you had
Newark
DC
for
cats
that.
too doing that
Right.
back in the.
Right.
Yeah.
You remember
yeah,
that, Dean Geronimo?
Yeah.
A lot of DC
Bruh.
cats. I saw that too.
It was-
early.
And remember
low
when you tried
maintenance,
it? What
man.
was
You
the
know what I mean?
Take it off, man.
what was
Take
the
it
magic
off.
shade?
Magic
Remember,
shade.
if you didn't shower, right, it
Burn all
looked
your
good for
skin
like a
off.
hot second, and then
it
like the
looked
next
real
day you was
nasty.
like, "Yo, I'm paying the price, yo," because that shit was all burnt. You know what I mean? It was
burnt.
all burnt
You
up
gotta be
there.
careful with that.
Bro, you got to
Yeah.
get a pair of T outliner clippers and zucchini oil. If you're thinking about balding your head, man, get the T outliner clippers. The same thing,
Soap
they edge them
and
up.
Gillette
You
razor.
get that.
I
You'll
go
be
with a
good.
razor. I do shoot in the shower 3 minutes. But listen, that is the Black Ops. Let's keep it real moment, and I just got to get this in here. So
Get it in.
listen.
Let me
Let's.
move up for this.
What you got?
No,
What
no,
you
no,
got?
because
What you
it's
got?
sports related, and I'm not gonna get on wondering about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna
It's
talk
all
about the
good.
Super Bowl.
You know, I'm still protesting.
Right? I know. But listen, here's my thing.
All
Here's
right.
my thing. Andre Iguodala, right? And he eventually ended up. I think it was the Grizzlies that they sent him to. He was like, "I'm not playing." Right?
Wow.
I'm not playing, and then he was gonna sit out all season, right? If he didn't get traded to a team where he felt he could contend. Now, mind you, he has rings, he has everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He ultimately ended up in Miami with Jimmy Butler. They had like this bromance going on the news here lately. But here is my thing, right? Where in the, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Where the hell are you in life when you've played in the league for like 15 years and for one season they're gonna offer you $17.1 million and you talk about I don't want to play.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that for a minute. Right now, if you say, "Hey, Sean, I'll give you $100,000 to go out there and get laid out by the New York Giants," I'm like, "Pass me the ball." Right? $17.1 million.
Maybe it wasn't about the money. It's about the market. It's about the prestige. It's about
I hear.
being in the
Listen,
press,
listen.
like,
I hear all
there's
the
a
arguments.
difference between the Grizzlies and the Heat, right?
Right.
And
That's
even
all
the
right.
market.
No.
And
Right.
Miami's not even like,
Right.
well, I would
Right.
say New York, but it's basketball wise.
Like
it's not
I
like
hear
that.
all of that. If I was Charles Barkley,
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, yes, he's never won a ring. Dominique Wilkins, he's never won a ring,
Right.
right? Iguodala has a bunch of rings with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, but I'm
et
not
cetera,
even
et cetera.
talking about.
And he's
rings.
older.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the market period, like the press coverage, the.
His whole thing
the-
was he
the
wanted to win a
social-
championship. Nope. He said he
Yeah,
wanted to,
another
yeah.
one?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right. And so when you look at some
Alright.
legends out there, Patrick Ewing, let's just bring it up this
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
right? Never in the history ever are they gonna get a ring as a player. Coach,
Right.
manager, that's different. Iguodala has what, 2, 3, right? And an
Yes,
MVP,
3.
right? And an MVP.
Right.
And he's been
Right.
paid. And 17.1, like sometimes you just have to be humble, especially later on in your career. I'm like, let me go develop it. Maybe it's me. Let me
I
do
take
it.
it he didn't
Yeah.
want to. Did he didn't want to be traded? He didn't have
From-
a say in the matter. What was the circumstance?
Yeah, he said he wasn't gonna, but he was traded. He was traded from Golden State to the Grizzlies.
But did he want to
Wow.
leave Golden State? He probably didn't want to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he said wherever he went, he wanted to be with a team that was a contender,
Right.
Yeah.
right? But
I
I'm
understand that. I'm not mad at him for that.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean,
I-
who
you
don't
know
wanna
what,
be
at
on
some
the
it's
winning
point, though,
17.1 million.
yeah.
Now Miami
But
gave
you don't wanna
30
be-
million for 2 years, 1 year guaranteed. If you're
right.
doing the math, that's 15 million. You just showed yourself
Right.
2
Yeah,
million,
but
2.1
I'm
million.
not mad at him for wanting to
They
be on a
can't
winning
add,
team.
bruh.
Yeah.
They
I
have
can't.
pride
I'm not
issues.
mad
Right.
at him for that.
Me, if that's my son, I'm like, dude, man, take your ass on the
Take
court.
the money, man.
17.1. Listen,
Take the
he's
money.
everything he's going to accomplish. Like again, and I'll just use Ewing. He will never be an NBA Finals MVP. Iguodala was never projected to be that.
Right.
Coming out of Philadelphia, listen, man, you're winning.
But again, I see no fault in that at all. He still got the money, and he's in a better market. I don't
Just,
understand.
I don't know, as a professional though,
Yeah.
for me,
But
I
that's why
think
you
he
got
should have walked.
agents.
Right,
That's
he
why
should
you
have.
got
He
agents
should have
to
walked.
get the best
No,
deal
he
for
would
you.
listen. He was
That wasn't a good deal for him.
17.1, and there's no guarantee for the
But-
second
but-
year at
but-
15 million. And
But-
Miami's
I
not.
understand that. I understand that. Maybe again, it wasn't about the money. Maybe it was about the market, and that's why you have an agent
Yeah.
to represent you and work in your best interest.
Right.
I'm not mad at
He
him
said
for
he
that.
wanted to go, and
You know,
he
who
was
wants to
crystal
go to
clear
the Grizzlies?
for $17.1 million
Who wants to go to
after 2
Minnesota?
rings and an
Yeah.
MVP
Who
and not
wants to go to
projected.
Minnesota though?
They're in Memphis.
If
though,
I
right?
mean, is it Memphis
Who's that?
or I
The
thought
Grizzlies.
The
I'm
Grizzlies,
sorry,
Yeah, I
excuse
think-
me.
Memphis, yeah,
All right.
Memphis,
Who wants to go to
Tennessee.
Memphis? Right.
Me,
Yeah, I go to Memphis.
I would.
If I could go to Miami,
Right.
I'd go to Miami.
Three
And that's what he
rings,
did.
right? 3
And that's what he
rings.
did.
No, but the 17.1 was for 1 year. What, like 1
Yeah,
year?
1 year and then I can leave.
1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you doing? When are you playing?
I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Right. What you
17
doing?
million.
I'm doing like ML Carr, dog. I'm at the end of the bench
You
waving
playing?
the towel. Yeah, I'm there.
Is he
Cousin-
not
cousin
playing?
Nate?
Wait,
I'm
maybe
there.
I'm not
Yeah.
understanding it. Is he not playing?
No, he's going to play for
In
Miami.
Miami.
Right, but he
What?
wasn't going
Right.
to play in Memphis. He was just going to sit out and say,
Okay.
uh-oh.
We got a phone call.
206, state your name, where you calling from, y'all. Let's talk about it. Hello?
Oh, we got another one.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello? State your name, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Oh wow.
Boy, you start talking about that.
What's up,
basketball,
super
dog.
producer?
Yeah, not 918. Y'all, let's talk about it. State your name, where you calling from.
I'm calling from Diggertown. What's up, bitch?
Not much. We'll talk to you later. You know what? We got time today.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, hang on.
We
Let me-
got- we got
let me
time.
go, Let me go for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the United States of America. Welcome. Welcome to the true face.
Hey, do me a favor. When you get done with the song, go brush your single tooth.
Homeless. All right, cut the homeless bastard off, dog. We got your number though. We'll blast that out. In fact, y'all, if y'all want to know what it is, let me know. I'll send it to you.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
No, but
we can
you know,
we can
you're-
call all day long. You know,
But
he
you're gonna
sleep
get
after a
that
while.
with this type of platform. So I'm
all
okay.
cornballs.
He's not
are
the first one to
restricted.
say that word. He's not going to be the
Right,
last.
right.
Anyway, so going with it's the
Okay.
same. Yeah. So
That wasn't the same number. That was somebody else.
No, it was the same.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same.
But when you
Worthless.
look at, to me again, the body of work, given his age, and again I think it's season 15 or 16 for him. All he's accomplished, I just look at it as a little petty. Right. Right. 803.
Come on, bitch. That wasn't even funny.
Nigga, bitch, nigga. White women, nigga.
So we're
somebody had too much titty milk as an adult.
So, but anyway, that's my let's keep it real moment for the show. If it's me, I'm gonna play. Yeah, and I would, especially now if I didn't have a ring or 3, right, and I wasn't a Finals MVP, and I'm like, I don't have that much gas left in the tank.
Right.
Then yes, I would absolutely entertain that.
Yeah, thank you.
Where's it at?
Okay.
So, but that's me. We can get our music.
These are the mics right here. Oh, damn, we
He's
got him.
relentless.
Yeah,
Relentless.
yeah.
He just can't help it.
All right. Where's that?
Like drinking gasoline.
Where at?
No, once you have to answer it. Answer it and it
Oh,
should be
then turn
right.
it down, yeah.
And then it should be go to the up there.
Nigga. How many white women have you fucked lately?
How many? I'd say through history quite.
I don't know.
But listen,
Your mom just left the
the
strobe about 2 hours ago.
Listen, if you listen carefully, somebody in the background when he said that, they said, "Oh my God."
Yeah, all day, right? Wasting time.
All right. Here we go. They said what? What was it that they said?
I don't know. I think he
Somebody in
said
the
his
background
mom
was
needed
like,
an
"Oh my
Uber
God."
ride to the strobe because she had to go make
Yeah.
that money. And
But in any event,
All right. So that's Black Ops. So I'm gonna
right.
move on down. So
let's
what you
move
got for
on
us,
down.
Miss E?
Well, there's a lot of things that happened this week. But you know what I did want to talk about just a little bit is the Super Bowl.
Okay.
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 I thought it was a pretty good game. What y'all think?
I thought it was a good game. I really did. And I don't know. I did log out. And like the first half, I kept saying to myself, why is, and I'm an old defensive coach, for years. And I was like, why do they keep running a single high safety against the 49ers? That's how they ran it down their throat. And I said at halftime, they have got to make some adjustments or they're going to lose this game.
Right.
And if Patrick Mahomes didn't have, like, he's the modern day Captain Comeback. And if he didn't have his comeback quarter in the fourth, San Francisco would be the champions right now. And on top of that, what I didn't appreciate is how Garoppolo, he went from hero to GOAT that fast.
Oh, to GOAT, like not GOAT.
Not the greatest of all time,
not
but just
that
like
GOAT. Right.
And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But listen, and I'm a Steelers fan, so let's be crystal clear here as I say this. But I was happy for the Eagles and Andy Reid.
Yeah, I think I was more happy for Andy Reid than anybody, right?
Because the Philadelphia Eagles market, the Philly market, that's a tough crowd.
Answer that one.
Right. 718, y'all, let's talk about it. Say your name, where you calling from.
Hello?
Yeah,
what's up, John?
What up, Q? Let's talk about it. What's on your mind, my brother?
Yeah, I was going to let you know I can't really hear you that well. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we got you.
I wanted to, first of all, I was wanted to say take the money. AI definitely got to take the money. He has nothing to prove in the league.
exactly.
He did it all, so
Exactly.
Yes.
so it's no reason for him to stay. I mean, there's no reason for him not to do it, because it's hard to take the money and run. Like you guys said, it's 1 year, $17 million. I would do it, especially like if I was in his position.
Right.
But, to address this, and I hate to interrupt the topic at hand. I know you guys didn't want to really address this, but it's just amazing to me how emboldened people are to call it in a show like this and to bring up, this the whole way they address the show.
Right.
It's the day and age we live in. This is America at its finest, and I think the fact of the matter is you know, that these people are not going to go away.
Right.
They're there, and you know, it's the world we live in. So I just want to let you know, there's a lot of people out there supporting you guys. Keep up the good show.
Nice.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you, Q.
right,
Thank
right,
Thanks for
right,
calling
right.
in. I appreciate that.
My good
All
brother.
right.
All right.
Have a-
Thank
Knock it out the park.
Exactly, bro. Peace.
Yeah, we'll talk. Peace.
All right, Doc.
Number 16.
16, we're done. All right.
Okay, so we took care of
We got
that.
it.
But hey, we do appreciate the phone call. And listen, again, the platform that this comes off of, it's gonna happen, and that's just a microcosm of what's out there. Like, especially walking around in this skin for soon to be 50 something years. Right? That's not the first time I've heard that, and I'm pretty
Right.
sure unless I die in like 10 minutes, it's not going to be
No,
the
don't die in
last. So,
10 minutes, dog. The show don't get off to 8.
yeah, it's all good, but I don't know. But I want to get back to the Super Bowl and get your thoughts on
Yeah,
it, Missy.
let's go.
What do you got?
Let's do it.
Oh no! I mean, I thought the game was like pretty good. I was happy for Andy Reid. I think most people were happy
Right.
for Andy Reid
Right.
more than anybody,
Right.
really.
Yeah.
It was it was pretty good. I think also though that the did you guys watch the halftime show?
I
There was
did.
a lot
I
of, like,
did.
There was a lot of
Halftime show.
a little
I think
conversation about the halftime
right,
show.
but
I didn't have a
listen,
problem
I
with the
get what was
halftime
it, Shakira?
Shakira and J Lo.
Listen,
Yeah.
and at my age, I have no problem with J Lo. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers or anything else. Right? I simply wouldn't. Let's just keep it real.
Wow.
But it's a new no. But I'm going somewhere with
All
it.
right,
Right?
go ahead. I'm listening, dog.
Right,
I'm
but
listening.
it's time to turn the page and bring in someone else. It really is
okay.
younger, more modern, right? J Lo they showed I forget her name from the Golden Girls at 50, and then they showed J Lo right next to her at 50, and J Lo is gorgeous, right? Not that the other lady was, but you could see that something cracked and that hers didn't crack, right?
Okay.
But it's time for a younger artist to hit the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, okay.
To
all
drag
right,
somebody
okay,
besides
okay.
J Lo or
Okay.
Janet Jackson or
Okay,
or something
okay,
like
okay,
like we need new, young, fresh talent,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And I get the NFL wanting to be safe. I do. I get it.
Right.
But if she was ever gonna go out on top, this was it. J Lo, we don't need to see you anymore at the
Oh,
World
okay.
Series.
Damn.
Oh wow, you like really? Okay.
Yeah, no, I
Go
think
hard,
I think
though.
there's
Like-
younger
Yeah.
talent out there.
Let's
It's
stick to
time
it
to.
next year.
She's 50.
There's nothing wrong with 50.
Right? No, I'm not. Listen. Let me put it in context. Like, I'm 50. I know I don't look my age. I know I don't.
Right.
Right? But my time and certain things have come and gone.
Okay.
Right. She got that off. She did a phenomenal job. So did Shakira. You know,
Right.
the whole nine. That's not my argument. My argument is let's see someone else
Oh, okay.
at this
all
point.
Okay,
Right? Am I
all right.
wrong?
I don't know. The question would be who?
Yeah, I know, because I'm like thinking like, well, who would it be that would have that? I think the when you think about the Super Bowl, you think about the audience, right? So it's a pretty it spans demographics, it spans age groups, So I don't know how many. I think when you choose an artist like a J-Lo, she's a household name. Like, my mother know who J-Lo is. You know what I'm saying? We know who J-Lo is. Even the younger generation knows who J-Lo is. So I can
Right.
get the appeal to someone like a J-Lo. I can get the appeal to somebody like Shakira in that
Yup.
particular market. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
And, and I like the show. I thought at some point, because then I thought, I'm like, damn, am I getting old? Like, I don't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with the performance, like if it was at the MTV Awards. But in the back of my head, I just kept thinking, it is the Super Bowl. Is this family-friendly programming? Like when she got on the stripper pole, it's like, I don't know if I had like a younger child with me, like a little girl, let's say an 8 or 9 year old. I don't where you go with that. You know what I'm saying?
They show it all on TV now. So
I know, and then and a part of me too was like, is that really so shocking? Anymore. I guess it's not. So I guess that's like mainstream now. Every especially for female artists, like everybody's showing, either skin or the resemblance of skin. I guess it's just not shocking, you know. And I'm not saying I pan the performance. I like J-Lo. I like Shakira. I thought it was good, actually. I like
zero
some of the
argument.
things that they were
Zero.
doing,
Listen, zero argument. Zero
but
argument.
I'm just like,
yeah.
I guess that's just like where we're going right now, especially with females. Like I think with female performance, it's like the less they wear, the more, you know, I don't know. I guess
that seems like that's always been an argument.
Yeah, well, when Janet Jackson had her
get.
wardrobe malfunction, man, the world came down, right?
Well,
that was
I know, and that
but that was
wasn't
before they
planned,
started
right?
putting
And
all
that
kinds
wasn't
of stuff on
planned
TV
either,
too.
right?
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, that wasn't.
You know what I'm saying,
either.
right?
I know, listen, I like J-Lo and the whole nine, and like.
So who would be a younger artist?
I don't know. I'm
you
old.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
What's your cousin's name again?
I don't know.
Oh,
Cardi
I thought about Cardi
B
B too. I was thinking that. Yeah. Well, you
Right.
know what? I think if you was gonna put that, you might as well just put Cardi B up there. You know, right? Because
So am I wrong in my thought?
No, you're not.
See, that's what
Okay.
I like her.
Okay.
One of the R&B, they could still have LMA with her, but Cardi B
True.
the R&B.
True.
They could be the R&B.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Now, as soon as you said Cardi B, I was like, you know what? I thought Cardi B because I was like, I know maybe a Latin yeah. It's You think Cardi B? Okay.
She could have remixed it with some of the Miami vibes.
Yeah.
Like they should have brought some of that culture into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Can we put you on the screen? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to Yazzie.
Shout out.
Repping Charlotte.
All right. No, let's go. Let's go with the double screen. That's one discovery. What? I'm out on production. Why you on me?
That's the
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry.
that's the fresh
okay.
version right
Like,
there. Y'all not ready for it.
Miss E was like,
okay.
no, but I do, and again, I like J-Lo, and it's just like, listen, all right, so I'm gonna turn the corner, but it's the same context. Like, Vince Carter is still playing basketball. I love Vince Carter.
Nothing
right?
wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with him.
Nothing wrong.
He hit a
Half
deep three the other
man.
day. They had it
Half
on Sports, and I was like, man, he's played in 3 separate decades in the NBA.
Right,
Four.
right.
Because he came in '89, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So my thing is, like, I don't want to see Vince Carter anymore like
right,
that.
I get
right.
it. All right.
Same thing with J-Lo. No hate on her, because listen, I'm not kicking her out of bed for eating crackers. I'm just saying, if I'm being a man,
I got
I'm out of right. But like, I'm with you, Cardi B. All right. Then I
Cardi
could be.
B would have been a little kind. They'd have been on that button, like
Right.
because you never know what she's gonna
We
say.
said put it on
You
a
know,
45-second
that's-
delay
Right,
and keep
they
it
would've
right
been
there,
moving.
like-
right
They'd
there.
been like,
Right.
they would have had all kinds of delays. But I not like Cardi B. I actually really like, and I like Lizzo too. All right, so that's
Yeah,
a young
Lizzo,
one,
right.
I like
Lizzo's
Lizzo.
right.
I like Cardi B. And I love Cardi B. And even though she's a little, I don't know, there's just something about her. Like, she is a gangster. Like, you could tell she's from the street, because she still got a lot of that street. I remember that video they showed with her in a hotel lobby with Nicki Minaj. She was going to beat Nicki Minaj's behind.
Right.
And she just seemed like she just got it in a way that some people try to act like they got it, and they really ain't about that life. Cardi B seemed like I was about
no
that
such
life,
thing as halfway crook,
but
right?
I like her.
None
I
at
do
all.
like
Scared
her. I
to
like her
death.
hustle.
Scared
Like,
to
you
look.
cannot knock that girl's hustle, and I do like her. I like her a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So you tell me this. So now Cardi B comes out, right? It's okay to have J-Lo come out and hit a couple bars and leave. Yes? No?
Wow. She said
J-Lo and
no.
Cardi
period.
B. Yeah, I don't see
She
that
said no.
matchup at
Oh.
all.
All right.
Yeah.
She shut me
I
down.
don't
She was
see
like,
said, nah, that's not, nah.
I think
Boom, boom,
J-Lo
boom.
and Shakira kind of work together because they from the same kind of era. Let's put it like that. The same time when J-Lo first came out, Shakira was coming out as well. But okay, all right. Well, but you know what? It did, in spite of all the Super Bowl and the game and all, the thing to me that got talked the most about was the halftime show.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody was
Yeah.
talking about the halftime show. So I think, you think that,
You think so?
You know what? I thought the game was good, but you know what was missing from the game? Let's
What's
be
that?
honest. I felt like there was defense missing. There was a good defense was missing. Like, how many times did they punt the ball?
Right.
Either team. I think the first time I saw, I was like, you know what? We watched. I was like, you know what? This is the first time I actually saw anybody punt the ball.
Well,
when they kept running the single high safety, I was like, they were daring San Francisco to throw the ball. Any offensive coordinator is gonna be like, yo, they run a single high safety, run the ball. I thought they would switch it up. They never came out. They literally ran it all the way down the field and scored.
They ran it. Yeah,
I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but I mean, that
Where's
was
the
where
defense?
right. Where was the defense? And then it was just like up and down the field. But I mean, the game was okay. You know, I mean, it was okay. But you know, Garoppolo though, I will say this. Like, he fell apart, didn't he? God, he fell apart.
He wasn't ready.
He fell apart.
No, but everybody wants to give Mahomes, like, and I know he got the MVP and he brought him back in the fourth quarter, so forth and so on. But that first half, Mahomes looked shook.
No, I know. And he did look shook. And then I was saying, like, I don't know if it was the third quarter. Yeah, when San Francisco was up, I said, listen, I was like, if Kansas City come back and win this game, he's going to be the MVP because there was a point where he turned a corner and he was carrying them. Right. Like he was, you know what I mean? He was extending the series, you know, running for the first downs. And like I was like, if they come back, he's going to be the MVP. And the other thing too is like there was no superstars. Besides Sammy Watkins, I'm like, I don't really know anybody on these teams. Like, maybe I know my football, but I'm like, I didn't really know, like, I didn't see no superstars.
Well,
we're the real players.
Yeah, Sherman got smoked. He got, it was bad.
But I didn't see no superstars.
Right. But, and again, just to put it in context, it took Andy Reid 15 years
I get it.
to get back to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I'm glad that he got that.
I was more glad for him than anybody.
They actually had a section in Philly blocked off for Kansas City fans.
Wow.
And they kept showing that on the news.
That was nice. I was happy for Andy Reid, definitely.
Yeah. Right. And very, very different. But there's, again, with that Super Bowl, I think it was 11 plus million viewers this year on the Super Bowl. So I do think Mahomes is coming up. Garoppolo, he's, worth anything. He'll say, I got to get back there.
I think they said 100 million people viewed the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a plus up. Yeah. It was a plus up. It was people. That's a lot, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then what was your favorite commercial?
I didn't like the commercials at all. Those commercials was whack.
I kind of zoned out.
I liked the Cheeto commercial.
I didn't like that. I didn't like any of the commercials. I just felt like they were all over the place. I'm like, what do you promote? Too many celebrities. It just seemed like it was a vehicle just to have a celebrity cameo. I didn't like any of them. Oh, wait. The one I liked, the only one I really liked, and this is the only one I really remember, was the Google commercial with the old man trying to preserve his memories of his wife. Yeah. That I really like. I got into that. But I was like, these commercials are whack. I think I even posted that. Like, they're just doing too much for me.
You just said not this year.
Charging like $1 million for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, Man, I need to broker that 10% fee per commercial, bro.
$5 million for an ad.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
you can work one time a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But listen, let's switch gears just a little bit. It's the elephant in the room. Let's talk impeachment.
Okay.
Acquittal, right?
But you're not surprised, right?
You knew it was coming.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah,
right.
We knew that was coming.
And I think the Democrats put on a great presentation, a great argument. It just came down to numbers. And listen, when it comes to Mitt Romney, listen, I'm going to be a Mitt Romney fan from here on out.
I can't give him that much credit, though.
Yeah,
you voted to convict. You voted to convict on one end, but then you voted with everybody else that he didn't obstruct any justice. So you kind of straddled that fence. You didn't go full gangster with it. You went halfway.
Yeah, but he didn't really obstruct it. He wasn't trying to obstruct it. It was in plain sight. so I can understand that. Like, he didn't try to hide anything. I get that.
I really wanted John Bolton's testimony for no other reason but to hear it. To hear it. But that shit, I ain't gonna do nothing. at this point. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
like,
don't
buy my
think
book
his
on Amazon.
testimony
I'll tell you
would've
everything.
It wouldn't have done anything, even if he would have testified.
Yeah.
These people weren't going to go.
They were going to let him
Right.
out.
They knew
They
his
weren't going to
outcome
vote-
before
they
it all
weren't
started.
going to vote to
Yeah.
remove him from office.
You had
It didn't matter
right.
what John
You had
John
no
Bolton
witnesses, right?
said. Mhm.
No witnesses at all. No new material introduced. Like, and again, years down the road, as the scholars look back at this, they're gonna say, "How in the hell was that even a trial? No evidence, no witness."
I think years back when we look at this,
Well,
it's
they
gonna
did
be like,
what they do best, and they
what
looked out for
happened
each
with
other,
this? Like, what's going on?
Right.
'Cause
It's
I don't know.
yeah.
Half the time, I have to tune this out now. I'm at that point. I
Yeah,
really am. I'm at that point. I like politics.
Well, yeah, what's
I'm at
behind
that
all of
point.
that?
I'm like, I can't even. I didn't read the news since. Oh, we forgot. Since Kobe Bryant died, I have not read the news.
yeah, and we're gonna get to Kobe.
Yeah,
we are.
I'm
We're gonna
just
talk.
saying,
We're gonna
I
talk
don't-
about
even the
Kobe a little bit.
impeachment stuff, like I cannot. I don't even. I'm like, I'm so
Hey, listen,
sick of this.
speaking of that, if I could just, we can get back. But I want to shout out Lisa Leslie.
Yes, I saw that. Yep, I saw that
10 toes down with her interview.
with
Gail.
Gail.
Gail, you
yeah.
wasn't getting the reaction you got from
Yeah.
Robert.
I thought that
on
was
that one.
I thought that was distasteful.
Yeah.
You know, the wound is still fresh that this man and his daughter, they're gone. The trial itself was dismissed, and you know, not listen. And like was said with other people, you know, other pundits on different platforms. Kobe was alive for a good deal of time from the time
After,
it happened
right.
until he passed.
Right.
You should have pressed him then, you know. But to unearth that,
Not
that's-
built like that.
that was
You know what I'm
just-
saying? They not
that
built
was
like that. So
distasteful.
instead of going to him, now you're going
That
to
was
everybody else.
distasteful.
But why do you
Yeah.
want to talk about somebody who is not here anymore? Like,
Yeah, when you could
Get
have had, you had
the-
plenty of
out of my
opportunity
face.
to talk to
Exactly.
Keep moving,
You could have
you
pressed.
know?
You could have pressed him then.
Yeah, that happened a long. I don't even.
but
remember
you know
when it
what?
happened.
That
It was like 10
negativity
years ago?
always
About 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
it was a
sells.
while.
It was more than 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
I think
was
it
it more
was.
than
When he
that?
first came in the league,
You know what?
dog,
And the
I'm
thing
like,
is
No,
that
it wasn't that. It wasn't quite that.
he wasn't that
No,
old in
no,
the
he
league.
wasn't. No, but he was. He had been
Nah.
in the league for a minute though.
I don't think so. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look
yeah,
that
it was
shit
the
up.
2000s.
Let me find
Yeah,
This
it was
came
the
out in the
2000s.
2000s. Yeah.
I want to say
remember when it
like
came out.
09 maybe.
No.
No, I think it was before. I want to say
before
04
that?
or
Okay.
06 or 7.
2004.
Okay,
Oh, he
yeah,
had been playing long before.
8
I
years.
thought, yeah, I thought it was
Like 8 years, something like
2004.
that. Yeah.
Right, right.
And I just, you know, so but I
But then
really
he played
wanted
another
to,
12 before he
Yeah.
retired.
But then I'm saying,
And nobody
yeah, I mean,
asked
it
him
was,
nothing?
Yeah, it was,
Right.
it was
Alright.
distasteful.
So I salute
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Leslie for, you know, just and she said, you know, Gail King said, well, you know, the case was dismissed. How do you see? She said that's what we should do. Like it should be
let it go.
leave that
Right,
leave
let
that
it go.
alone.
Right.
You know, and then the history in terms of, you know, when you look at her and Oprah, they batting 1,000 with, you know, it almost seems like now they going on a hunt for particular people, and people have questioned them.
Say it.
And yet,
Say-
you know, their good buddy Weinstein, it's like, how come you're not giving that the same energy?
That's your boy. You ain't gonna
You're not
press
giving
your
that the
boy
same-
like that.
right.
You know what I
So
mean?
there's just.
And if you look at Weinstein now, he looks like
bad.
he's one
Looks
foot
bad.
out
Going
the
to jail.
grave.
This
He
guy's
got
going to
one
jail.
foot in the grave.
He's going to jail,
That
though.
stress is killing him.
He is going to jail. Yeah,
Right,
there's
he's
no
not
way in
used
the
to
world
that.
this
His
guy ain't
his
going to
Lamborghini
jail.
ain't waiting for him outside.
No,
And the
man.
whole nine. But listen,
Yeah.
I want to keep the spotlight on Kobe for a couple reasons. Not that particular reason. Everyone has a cross to bear, and that he without sin cast the first stone, right? But this is what I would like to say about, you know, Kobe Bryant. Like, and I actually have a background on my Facebook of Kobe, and he was just talking about, you know, don't be around folks who waste your time and energy and all that. But this is what I give Kobe. He was driven by passion, right?
True.
Passion. Like, even when he had Shaq, he had that drive to win a championship. Like, he literally wanted to will his team to that. And when Shaq left, it was I believe
point
more
to prove.
passionate.
He had
Yeah.
a point to prove that he
it
can
wasn't
win without
just-
him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
The team, right? It didn't
Right.
have to be Shaq there as a crutch.
He never listened to the noise, and I tell people all the time, especially when I mentor young people, and I say this: a lot of people that you start out with in the beginning are not going to be
They're
there.
not going to be there when the
They are
credits
not.
roll.
They will turn their back on you.
Yes.
Your boy, your so-called girl, they will turn your back on you, right? Kobe never wavered. When you look at his younger teammates, even going back from high school, he said he still kept in contact. He was a humble guy. Now listen, I am a Jordan fan. I always will be a Jordan fan. Jordan made me a fan of basketball. Before that, like listen, if there's a basketball player on this planet worse than me, I need to meet him. Right? I suck at basketball. But I'm a fan of basketball because of Jordan. And when Jordan was fading away, along with Barkley, along with Isaiah Thomas, like you can't deny some of these folks. The individual who brought life back to the NBA was Kobe.
Yeah, I think Kobe was the face of the modern NBA. Like he really was. When you think about, I mean, basketball right now is, I know, you know, football is like America's sport, like it surpassed baseball, but I think in time basketball is going to almost eclipse football a little bit, because basketball is, I mean, look at the All-Star game. Look at all the events. Look at the kind of presence that the NBA has, and Kobe Bryant was the face of that. There's no LeBron James without Kobe Bryant. You know,
True statement.
you know. So it's like he was almost like this ambassador for this new, you know, for the new modern NBA.
Right.
You know, I think that as well. I'm a casual basketball fan. I like basketball. I really don't get into it until like the finals and stuff, or the semifinals or whatever it is. But everybody knew who Kobe Bryant was. You know, like you knew who he was. And I think passion is one thing, but what you got from Kobe is the same thing that you got from Michael Jordan, which is the same characteristics that you see in LeBron James. It wasn't just a passion, it was like the drive for excellence. Like they were just singularly focused on one thing. And you can't be mad at that. You know, like everybody doesn't have that. Like they had a killer instinct when it came to winning, you know, like that. Everybody don't have that.
No, he had haters,
right?
But he was an undeniable talent. That's the passion that he didn't care.
Yeah, and it's one thing to have talent, Black Ops, but it's
Right.
another thing to have. It's a lot of people got talent, but some people lazy.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like he wasn't lazy with it. You know, like he was just driven, and that to me is what made him above. I look at Jordan. Jordan has his haters. Kobe has his haters, and LeBron. I think LeBron. Not so much with LeBron, because LeBron, people don't seem to like hate on him to that extent. You know, I don't know why to me with LeBron, but it's like when you have that drive, that killer instinct, it's gonna be haters.
Right.
You know, it's gonna be
Success
teammates
breeds
that,
haters.
exactly.
Right.
It's gonna be haters because everybody doesn't have that.
Right.
You know, everybody doesn't have that. I can't even think of a word right now.
Right.
It's just like a drive. You can be talented. There's a lot of talented people walking around. It ain't doing a damn thing with their talent.
And he has this over
know?
Jordan
But you
and
got drive,
Right.
you know?
over Jordan and LeBron. He stayed with one team his whole
Yeah, I
career.
like the fact
Yeah.
that he stayed
Right.
with the one team. Yeah, I'd like that as well.
I
like
will
that he
say
stayed with the one.
that I think Kobe was probably, I mean, Jordan, Kobe, to me, till this date, probably were the best in the league. I think Kobe was the face periodically, and I say that because there was one person who didn't have the drive, who wasn't as talented. He was talented, but it was kind of misguided from time to time.
Yeah.
And that was my man, Bubba Chuck.
Allen Iverson, the
Allen
answer,
Iverson,
dog.
wow.
Allen Iverson, but he didn't have the discipline.
Oh no, no. He didn't have any of that. But as far as the face that influenced a lot of young people,
He was Michigan.
like,
He was when I say Michigan, he was
right.
Michigan to Duke.
tat,
Right.
the braids, the baggy
Right.
stuff,
Right.
the whole
He
change
scared
of the dressing
people,
code.
man.
Yeah, like he
They weren't ready for
He
that.
had it for a minute, but now
For a minute, and then they got back to it.
Yeah, because
They got back to
it was
it. Now I get the
misguided.
weird-
But what I like about
Right.
Kobe, and I'll be honest with you, I was not a Kobe fan. I was never a Kobe fan.
Yeah,
I didn't
Never
hate
a
him.
Kobe fan.
I didn't hate Kobe. But
I didn't like
yeah.
him.
I didn't like the
I was a
Lakers.
Jordan
Right,
fan,
I'm
yeah.
not a Lakers.
I thought there was I don't know what it was. It was more surface level, just hearsay stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like about him, and I especially hated him because he would beat teams. That that's the real reason I didn't
That's
like
the
him.
Right,
let,
because
let's
he
get
was
to the
that
real
good.
reason. Huh?
Right.
But
Okay.
one thing that I do appreciate about him is that when it came to the philanthropic, is that the word?
Yeah,
He was
he was that dude.
he was that dude
Yeah.
quietly.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about him. And the thing I liked about him is he was very calculated.
Oh,
he
absolutely.
took deliberate approaches to whatever, be it business, sports, and it was that typical. You talk about the drive. First in the gym, last out the gym.
Right.
I mean, this guy, he had a gift.
Right.
But he treated it as though it wasn't a gift. Like, I
right,
got to keep
right,
getting better
right,
and better.
Right.
So,
Right. Like that focus on that discipline.
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan had that discipline
Yeah.
to stay
Now,
focused.
and now
he
the
had
thing
the
with
discipline.
LeBron,
LeBron has it.
Well, see, here's my thing with LeBron.
Okay.
One criticism about LeBron that many people say, and I say it too, he has a killer instinct, but it's nothing like they would critique him about. That's the one thing he didn't have was the killer instinct like Jordan
I know what you're saying.
and Kobe.
I know
They
exactly
went
what
for
you're
your
saying.
throat.
Right. I know what you're saying.
It was
right.
personal,
They went
yeah,
for
yeah.
your throat, but LeBron won't.
LeBron would, and the thing with LeBron is,
I know what
you
you're saying.
live or die
I know
by
exactly
these
what
players,
you're
right?
saying.
Yeah.
I know what
But
you're saying.
LeBron,
He'd be like, I'm cramping. I'm this.
LeBron would pass the ball. Like LeBron would get his points, and then he's like, all right, now I want my assist. Like,
Right.
no, dude, you
Yeah,
losing.
yeah,
Take
yeah,
shoot,
yeah,
make
Shoot
these
more.
shots. You know what I mean? So
Or
Make
he'd be
more
like, they
points.
taking them flops like somebody knocking to him.
So
He's
it'd be like Chick-fil-A, dog.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A said, "Eat more chicken, dog.
I
Make
agree
more
with you.
points."
Make more
On
points.
Come
that
on,
with-
do your
with
thing.
LeBron. Yeah, he doesn't. There's just a little bit.
Something that-
but
yeah,
Kobe
yeah.
was like for
Nah,
the
take
throat,
your head
and,
off.
And so
Yeah.
is Jordan. And
Jordan
again,
too.
I'm a casual basketball fan, but I didn't like the Lakers.
I hated the Lakers.
I hated the
still
Lakers
like
too.
Bulls fan.
But that's why, because they would win.
They
You
were
know,
good.
they were good.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, it's that time. Yeah, it's that time.
It's that time already, right?
All right.
All right, what we
All
got?
Well, let's stay tuned to our show every other Thursday on BKS1 Radio at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our next show will be when? February 20th.
20th. Good job.
February 20th.
All right.
All right.
Wonder what you got.
I got nothing, but shout out to my cousin for traveling up.
Let's go. Wait. Let's get double time.
Shout out to my
one
little
more
cousin
shot.
Yazzie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yazzo. She came to, keep me company. Shout out to my cousin Nate over there.
Cousin Nate.
in the cut.
Hey,
Nate's
Cousin
here all the
Nate.
time, though.
Yeah, I know.
Real talk.
Dog, right?
Uh-huh.
Cousin
And,
Nate could be on the show.
It's just good to be here. Good to see everybody.
All right.
And stay up.
Gotcha.
All right.
What you got?
You know what? Before I leave, I shout out everything, right? So shout out to all my people that's watching in on the Facebook Live right now.
Booyaka.
Exactly.
Even the bigots.
Yeah,
Booyaka.
even the biggest. We don't love you, but we appreciate you giving us that time and attention to focus on what we talk about and what is important to us. And when I say that, I'm going to add this in there. It's Black History Month, and HBCU is awaiting for current high school juniors and seniors to reach out to them. The HBCU Gridiron Experience was created by Luther Johnson. He's the founder and president And that company is a pathway to help upcoming high school football juniors and seniors that are interested in continuing their education and play football at an HBCU. Check out the website at HBCU Gridiron Experience, one word, altogether.com for more information. And also, next Friday, February 14th, make sure you go check out the photograph. Shout out to my man Shadow Flack. I know him as that. Y'all know him as Rob Morgan. So he'll be in that. And the last thing I got to say is when you walk out your front door, it's showtime and the world is your stage. Just make sure that people are not watching the rehearsal. With that being said, this is Six Man Dean Geronimo. Have an outstanding weekend. We'll see y'all in 14 days.
All right. Did you say all that one breath?
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen.
We need to.
Right. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna.
We should always just close on.
Oh, you know what? Also, for those that are watching, make sure 9 o'clock, check in BKS1 Radio, A Fashion Moment with Tai Chung, and then at 10:30 it's the Storm Warning Show. So keep it locked in, BKS1 Radio.
All right. My closing remarks, and we're gonna go back to basketball just a little bit, and it's gonna be in regards to Dwight Howard. He talked about his beef and rift that he had with Kobe Bryant, and he regrets that he didn't have the opportunity to really mend that fence, even though they were just starting to turn that corner. So for me, the moral of the story to our viewers is this: if there's a fence to be mended before it's too late,
Handle that.
mend the fence.
Yes, sir.
You're not promised tomorrow. And on that, I'll say, if there's something you want to talk about, call in. Let's talk about it.
Real conversation. We'll see y'all.
Good night.
Peace.